Good morning, my name is Dr. Rafael Balogun, as you've always known, or I've always told you, regardless of whatever. You've been watching my videos, so you should know that I would start with I'm Dr. Rafael Balogun. Right? Yeah, today, what am I even talking about? What should I talk about? Well, let's be talking about something came to my mind this morning. I was searching online to check style and positions during sex for your sexual optimization for whatever. Don't forget, this will be the last video I'm going to do for free. Every other video will be for paid, or I'll keep my knowledge to myself and go and get married. Back to discussion. I was checking online this morning, so I was trying to look at the styles available. Let me say the latest style, thinking maybe they've evolved to develop another new technique, another new style that maybe I don't know about before. Every time on the internet, everything just keep updating, and then if you're not careful enough, you will just realize that you are outdated. And maybe I'm outdated, maybe I'm not very sure. There's one thing I'm sure of: if you check the internet from time to time, you will keep updating yourself. So checking the internet, I was checking for sex style positions, and I just searched for sex style positions, and what I was seeing was the questionable fact that sex style position that will make you last long in bed. That's what all the articles talked about. Then the question popped in my mind: is it sex positions that make you last long? Because the way I'm looking at it, the more complicated the position, the more pleasure, concentration. In short, you will just orgasm very fast. So I cannot relate lasting long with complex, sex positions. Yes, because I'm trying to correlate. The more complex the sex position is, the more stressful it is, the less you last, and then the quick you orgasm. And then there's one thing I've noticed over the long run for myself, from what you see on those videos, is the longer you last, the more powerful the final orgasm. Because the longer you last, the more powerful the final orgasm. But if you do not last that long, then your final orgasm as a guy will not be so much off. And that's why many guys don't even understand much about it. And that's why orgasm. And that is why they are also not satisfied, because quality sex, when you have a quality sex, or quality masturbation, there's one thing that is to happen: you will feel satisfied for like 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Not that you will, if you see nakedness, so you will get a red too. You get, but it won't be this kind of uncalled for erection. If you correlate that for girls too, if they are satisfied sexually, if girls are satisfied sexually as well, you would notice that once they are satisfied, yes, it doesn't mean that when they see someone that can arouse them, they will not get aroused. They will get aroused. The problem is they will not have all this kind of unpremeditated or unmediated arousal. Like maybe there's no human being factor, there's no factor that should have caused them to get aroused. They are just getting aroused for weather's sake, for instance. So for instance, if someone is getting aroused because of weather, just because of weather, that person actually needs sex more than it's not weather. That person is no longer satisfied sexually. Like the food of sex in the body has finished. So the person needs to recharge. You get what I'm saying now? So that's for guys, that's for girls. We have the same biology. The difference is the fact that our sexual organs is reversed. It's reversed. Like the guy's sexual this thing for the female is inside out of the guys. You get what I'm saying now? So while the guys come in like this, the females are opened. You get inside out. Like if you turn the penis from the inside and turn it out, now make it big. Now fix it back. That is the female sexual organ. The vaginal, why the dick or the prick is just something like a rod and hole and whatever. whatever God created there by design, at least we should just try to understand everything about the design so that we can actually know how to optimize our sexual health to the maximum performance. So I was thinking, okay. Then it reminded me of some time when I was optimizing myself for different styles. You get, like, institutions where there's chair, there's bed, there is none of the above, and there's all of the above. It means sexual positions and your positioning of your body during those periods will be different. You get, I started to realize that the most stressful then, and that was, let's say, 3 or 4 months ago. It was recent. It's not 4 months, it's about 6 months or 7 months ago. I was still doing NYC, whatever. So I was trying to test different positions. So there I started to realize that, if you are doing standing doggy with a complete set of muscles, that is the easiest. You get, once you kneel down, it becomes a little bit stressful. You get, missionary can be stressful if you don't have the right amount of muscle, like not just the right amount, like the right types of muscle. Because most guys have developed their chest too much that they forget from this part downward, and you are not using the chest to have sex. The chest you are building is not functional at all. The function during sex is 0. The only function the chest have is to close your rib. You get, you are not building your chest, you are not building your pelvic muscle, your glutes muscles, that's your bum muscles. You are not building your node line muscles. You are not building your laps muscles, the front and back. You are not building any of those muscles. You are going to build your arms, and your arms is important, yes, but your chest, okay? Yes, so chest should be limited. At least build chest for graphics alone, but not over graphics. Again, like, you get, not over graphics, because the smaller the chest, the more tight it will be. The only difference is that maybe, I don't know the only difference. Maybe if you want to drag yourself away from those kind of guys. So it's mature art. Let's say building your chest is only of mature art value. You get, for sex it is 0. For mature art, it's not the biggest. It's one of the smallest, but it has value. Let's say in real life you only have 3-4 situations where your chest will help you. Where big chest will help you. The first is intimidation, and believe me, it is only because the mature artist you are fighting does not have brain. If it's an experienced one, he is not going to be intimidated at all, because it means he can break your spine much more easily than he would have been able to break it without the chest. You see something? That is how it is. Maybe you say, okay, it protects the heart, whatever. It's not something that will get so hard when a punch comes. The punch vibration will penetrate regardless of the size, and then the vibration enters the heart depending on the kind of matter art. So please, let's not talk about let's go into matter art now. Let's focus on health generally, and we are talking about sex positions. So the kneel dogging is hard. The missionary that is online, that we all know, is different, is okay, but not so okay. And then there are now different variations of missionaries again, which turns to a kind of reverse doggy. You get? But I will say one thing in general: all these sexual positions do not increase your sex length. What they do is they put you in positions to enjoy high concentration of pleasure. Now, if you are enjoying high concentration of pleasure, it doesn't mean you will last long. But there's a problem. Now, I said something in the sexual destruction part in the previous videos, where I said during sexual intercourse, both parties are trying to transfer information, and the rate, let's say if you have the human body is made up of trillions of kilobase pairs. That is kbs pairs. You get, that is kbsp. You get. So if you have trillions of kilobase pairs, you will reverse it back into the mega form or the giga form, which is the kind of chromosome. You will notice that I think it's about 2-3 minutes per chromosome. So it means it will take about 2-3-4 minutes before you have a complete library of a chromosome. Although the way it copies is it copies a full set of all the chromosome in figure 1, like singularly, like that, not like it copies the full set of that single chromosome. What it does is that if there are 46 chromosomes, 23 chromosomes, you get, each of the 23 chromosomes have like 23 or 23 million or 23, let's say 23 alleles. You get. Once each of them have 20 alleles, what it does is that instead of starting with copying one chromosome with its 23 alleles, what it does is it takes one allele from chromosome 1, another allele from chromosome 2, another allele from chromosome 3, till it gets to the 23rd chromosome. It will now send down, that is copy 1. You get, and that copy 1 can just be within 2-3 minutes. You get. Copy 2 is off, copy 3 is off, copy 4 is off, copy 5 is off, copy 6 is off. Then when you give back to the child is only just one. It means the child does not have any gene backup. Like, that's why you will see that in some adverse situations, those children will find it very difficult to adapt, to activate new genes immediately, because the gene does not exist in their library. The reason is because you have already shortened your sex time. Now I said maybe one, I'm saying when I say one key give now, I'm saying that one full set like that, and we are going to like maybe 23, and depends on how randomly we've had the sex together with a lot of people. You get what I'm saying now? For instance now, a woman that has had sex with 100 men before marrying, we have most probably 100 different chromosome pairs. You get, like, alleles of information. On that note now, and then maybe if it is for the guy too, now you now want to transfer, you want to do this, you want to do that, then it's now end up being incomplete. You get, or whatever. And don't forget, most guys that have sex without protection, so you know the penis, this thing always enlarge. Like, the harder you get, the bigger the hole. You get. It means when the hole is bigger, fluid comes in. Whatever you have changed to some particular amount of genetics information. You get. Now, if you now do all those, and then you are not doing some other optimization to prolong it, to prolong your own body get ready copy information. You get. So the information you are going to send, like as a guy now, the sperm you are going to send to the girl to fertilize the egg will be incomplete. Just one allele version of your full chromosome set. Okay, just one. That's what will be sent. Any other backup for maybe adaptation or recombination or whatever, it will not be difficult for such a child to experience DNA recombination for advancement. And then DNA repair will also be hard. Once maybe there is something in the environment that has attacked or is continuously attacking one allele, there is no resistant allele, because there is supposed to be another allele that is going to take place and say, okay, well, I'm replacing this allele, and then whatever attack is coming from the environment does not have any effect on me. All those are not there again because you only sent one part, 1/23 of your full self. You get. You sent that one because you orgasmed early. You get, as the guy, and as the girl too, the same thing. You get. Then maybe some girls will just go and wash up, whatever. Anyway, if you don't want the guy's gene, yeah. But let me tell you one thing about the vagina you don't know, and the sperm or whatever you don't know. In as much you have started pounding into it, it becomes thin. So it's just something like, if you look at the shaft of the male's this stuff too, you get, the shaft become very, very sensitive, that if you touch it, maybe you stop, you now touch it, the sensitivity will be very high, like higher than we even started. You get what I'm saying now? It means if you pause and start and try to continue, the pleasure will feel very high, higher than you started. You get what I'm saying now? On that note, it means it is ready to receive, if not for this cuticle that is on it. If anything bleaches that cuticle, whatever is touching it is absorbed immediately. Yeah. Now, the female vagina does not have any cuticle on it. It means the longer, the more receptive. Whatever sperm drop inside like this, even before you are able to wash it out, some amount of gene are find their way to some part, and then they started copying each other. You get what I'm saying now? Because if you get pregnant within seconds, please, you should understand that the reaction is beyond our own time. You get our own time, we calculate in seconds. Whatever happens during the sexual copy DNA is that is happening in a very, very, very short scale of time that we cannot perceive. You get? That is it. Sperm are not always present during sex. You only release when your sperm duct is full. Now, it can be full of fluid or information. Is it just water, white water, or real genetic water? You get? And it's not about how thick it looks. The thickness, the whiteness of sperm is not the cells. Look, have you seen any cell that is white in nature? Under microscope, they are colorless. Whatever color they adopt is the color of their environment, what they are eating, what they are metabolizing. And for sperm is not eating currently, so it doesn't need to have any color. So the color of the sperm itself is the fluid. You get? The sperm itself you cannot see with the naked, you cannot see in form of color. You get what I'm saying now? Foods no determine color. So on that note now, you will see very thick white sperm, yes, but the genetic material is very small. And you will see people with low sperm count, and you will never be able to tell with eyes. Will you? You will never be able to tell. The sperm will be very, very, very looking white and the rest. So as I'm saying, Jerry, so if you are going to be choosing sexual positions during sex and you want to protect your sperm production process, because there's one more part. You might say you are having it just for fun, you are not trying to impregnate, then whatever, you get used to something, right? The same way your organs will get used to not creating all the library. It will be getting used to creating just one version. So even if you want to impregnate your wife, no matter how much you try, you've destroyed your future from your past. You get? You've told your organs to stop preparing the full versions. Now, what I'm talking that is about guys, it's also about women. See, your egg, you say it comes out as a lot of blood, right? Accepted. The egg can be an egg and still be supplied with information from time to time. You understand what I'm saying now? It means the egg is nutrient. There's nutrients going into the egg in the ovum. If nutrients can continuously go into the egg to keep it alive, because the egg is living, it's not just one thing that is jobless. So if sperm can get there and keep giving giving the egg nutrients, believe me, I say it again, believe me, information can be rewritten. You get what I'm saying now? Now, when you want to have sex, you are trying to have sex, and then information is constantly written. You get, and then because you did not last enough, the information was not complete. Maybe DNA repair, because before the egg is fertilized, your body is going to vet the information inside the egg again. You get, and try to repair the genes that has been corrupted in the egg before any fertilization can occur, or perhaps before it actually allows fertilization. But then you both orgasm before it could finally vet, then it's just give a random vet. You get, that is one. Two, you've already trained your body, both guys and female, because you are not lasting long, not to vet all your genes very well, like not to vet all the genes very well. In short, your body will be adapted to Ogbeni, just mix the chemical together. Mix the sperm with the egg together, just fertilize it. We don't need to verify if the information is complete. You get what I'm saying now? We don't need to verify if the information is correct. You get? We don't need to verify anything. You get? And then you will end up creating children that are not as strong as you are. And we always want our children to be stronger than us if our species will survive, right? If our species will survive, we want our children to be stronger than us. Yet, we are not giving them the platform to because of our own behaviors. Because it's not wrong to have sex, but I'm telling you, learn to last long. So we are talking about sexual positions now. First, go away from you cannot optimize very well right now. Just go away from sexual positions that make you last shortly, like does not make you last much. You get? Just go away from those. Go and be looking for sexual positions where both parties can maximize their sex time. You get? One. Before then you can now do some other activities, trainings that you will have to contact me for. The reason is simple. I can give you tutorials about the physical training. Yes, okay, this is the kind of exercises, this, that, but there are some parts you will never be able to do. Your body are different. Some people have to start from A, some people have to start from Z. Some people have to start from 1, and some people have to start from 100. It is dependent on you as an individual. Okay? And that is why it's not advisable to just give an online tutorial about this, and this is why we need more sexual health doctors that fully understand what I am talking about. And that is why I actually started the university online based on all the knowledge of the researches I have been doing for a very long time. There's something I even wanted to explain about universities, about educational systems and the rest. Education is just teaching you what another person has discovered working. The problem of Nigerian education is that what the white men have discovered far ago is what we are taught now, and the information is outdated. You get? But if they did not teach us anything, we will not be able to do what? If they don't teach us anything, we will not be able to do anything. You get what I'm saying now? But the information we are getting from them is outdated. Won't we try and update the information? Now, we want to update the information. They are doing what they call intellectual property safeguarding and national security because they want to keep holding power. And if that is happening, they will never release real information to us. And if they are not doing that, please, the only way we can update our information is by doing what? Is by doing research. Real purposeful research to get more information where we don't have the information by ourselves. We can do verification information and verification research and investigation research. You get verification research and verification research. So, and according to the National Educational Policy here in Nigeria, it states if you are solving a particular problem for the federal government of Nigeria, you are authorized to start any primary, tertiary, vocational, or any kind of educational institution if you are solving a problem. You get? It means, and there's freedom of everything. In short, anybody can start a university in as much he is solving the problem of that person. You get what I'm saying now? Of the student that is coming into his university. You understand what I'm saying now? So anybody can start a university. Anybody. Wait, the federal government does not know what education really entails. The commission, the Ministry of Education knows that education is knowledge, right? And knowledge comes from diverse sources. And if knowledge comes from diverse sources, it means anybody can decide to collect this information and use it to train students. All we are after in Nigeria capital market is to develop youths that are skillful, that can solve the economic, the health, the agricultural, the technological problems of Nigeria, not youth with certificates. Certificate is a kind of, you are certifying that this person is skillful, but not that you are giving someone that is not skillful certificate. You get? So anybody can create a university if it's going to instill the skills that will solve the country's problem into those people. You get? Working skills. Anybody can create a tertiary, primary, secondary institution. You get what I'm saying now? So in short, I don't know, NUC will not go against this because it will backfire on them. They've been lagging on this for like 20, 30. I think NUC is 50 years now. They've been lagging on this for 50 years. And if they've been lagging on this for 50 years, like for 50 years, then if a university comes to solve those problems, if they try and attack this university created by anybody, it will backfire on them heavily. You get? Because their essence of being created and the authority they need to carry out disturbance, they don't have. Unless you are solving the problems or you've solved the problems already, and unless students doesn't like the university or whatever. You get? So there's freedom of association, there's freedom of a lot of things. So starting a university is not a problem. You just have to have working knowledge that your students will want to have, and then that employers will want to employ them for. And if you want to do the best part, you get? You want to do the best part, be a business that owns a university that is training students how to run those businesses, and that is exactly what Ayeconet is all about. So currently there are a lot of sexual skills, physical skills, mental health development, you get, that we need people. We want to train people. Now the first set of people we want to train are actually lecturers in our university. It means from their year 2, year 3, they will start training others what we train them. They will be lecturers under development. You get? Once they pass the first 2 stages, they can teach the first stage to others while they start receiving the 3rd stage. That's our model. That's my model. So that is it. So currently there's unemployment crisis in Nigeria, and since we've been able to uncover, discover, and invent technologies that empowers the health sector of Nigeria, because it gives us a kind of edge over other countries. That's one. We've also been able to create farm technologies to solve our food problem. The technologies are ready. We just need students to learn how to drive them, to learn how to use them, to learn how to work with them, to learn how to create them. We have internet technologies we are working on, which is almost successful, and currently we are working on bringing development of computers into Nigeria. It's going to be easy to bring because I'm working on a bargain between I myself and Microsoft. Maybe that's why you see I'm spending a lot of resources. These resources is I give you access to the ability to create artificial consciousness technology, while you teach our own people here in Nigeria how to create this kind of laptops. First, if you can train us first to create the laptops and all this stuff, then we will together create these advanced technologies, and everybody will be partakers of the creation. It's an offer to them, and they are accepting it. They've accepted, not that they are accepting it. I'm just putting it on hold because we are not going to be moving to the next stage at their mercy. We are Nigeria, so we are not going to be moving to the next stage of this creation process at their mercy. It will be at our own words, our own mercy by ourselves, like at our own terms, at our own conditions. You get? That is what is happening currently, and that is why I'm not rushing out of the country. They are expecting me currently in VI and in Abuja because they've sent their location, they've sent a lot of things stylishly as we used to play business game. I'm not new in business. You get, as we used to play business game, they've sent everything that I need to take the next step. But I'm saying there's one more thing we need. We need students to learn from you first. Yes. If you are not teaching us anything, we are not going to teach you anything. That is my model. And they know. So that is it about that one. So we are looking for students who are going to train for sexual health, for physical health, for mental health, to become lecturers. You get, so that they can help us lecture others and also solve employment issues. You get, to some degree. So it means while you are contributing to the society by empowering their health in general, the resources spent into curing diseases like malaria, typhoid, and all these pandemics, you get, that we've developed vaccination procedure for here in Ayeconet Health Institute, you get, can be used. These resources can be used to fund their employment instead of used on drugs. You get, instead of being used to import drugs, we can use it to pay salaries to those who are going to be empowering other people's health, which is the model I'm bringing into the health sector with Ayeconet Health Institute. You get, and that's why I'm doing all these videos, so that you can, at least, if I see people from the porn industry, because you are the one actually, the porn industry is actually motivated to entertain, but not just to entertain. If you look at it very well, the deep innermost drive is to help people have the best sexual experience. And that means you want to teach them how to improve. And thanks to God, you don't need to go to school to study medicine before you can do this. You can actually come to Ayeconet, study sexual health, physical health, mental health, whatever health, and then start practicing immediately. You get, and we don't use drug here. We don't use drug, we don't prescribe drugs. If we will prescribe anything, it's food and water and trainings that we work, biophysical training, biomental training, whatever training, but not biochemical administration. We can launch biochemical training. There are different biochemical training. For instance, now breathing pattern for oxygenic stress is the kind of biochemical training. You get, but not the administration of biochemical drugs, and of substances, not the administration. You get what I'm saying now? So that is what we do here in Ayeconet. So, and all these videos I have been putting out there is to source for these lecturers. You get, these prospective lecturers. So if you want to be a lecturer, you want to establish your own sexual health center. You get, then come on, you can just log into just go to Ayeconet Online University, just search it, Ayeconet Online University, apply. It's just 10,000 naira per semester, and it's, whatever you apply for. If you apply for sexual health, it's 3 years. If you apply for GH, the general health, it's 7 years. But you can apply for GH and specify which one you want to start with, because GH is the combination of, that GH is general health. General health is the combination of physical health, mental health, cellular health, and sexual health. Sexual health is the toughest among them, because you have to be good physically, mentally, and cellularly. The only difference is that if you are starting cellular health, for instance, now, we will not teach you much of the theories of principles of physical health and mental health. We will develop you directly. You get, then we teach you sexual health. But if you are doing everything, we will develop and teach you why and how the development process worked on you. You get, so while you are developing, you will know how and why that development is working on you. In short, it's an experiential training. You will experience whatever we are teaching you. You get, if we are teaching you your physical health, your body morphology will become the standard one we approve here at Ayeconet Health for total survival and thriving of the human being. Be a male, be a female, there is a model of muscular design for both gender that we have created by ourselves. we are tested and it works every time. You get, this model is what will be used to develop you too. So you will go through the process of development and you'll be taught the principle that made that development work. So it's better for every person who wants to enter this health sector, because it's a new health sector. Okay, it's better for everybody who is going to enter this new health sector to go for the GH. When they go for the GH, they start with one of the four, and then after the first 2 years, they start practicing that one they went for before, and then continue their courses on the remaining 3. That is how it works. So it means you only have about maybe 2 years training before you start at least practicing at all as a GH. But then once you become a GH, we are going to give you some license to use our methods and technology to train others directly. You get, but you won't be able to train others, you will only be able to develop them. There are two different things. Development is helping the body optimize, the body of the individuals optimize. That is development. Training is teaching them how to develop others. So there are two different things. Okay, so you can actually sign me up as a GH doctor. I will just optimize your body for you. And you can sign up into the university, and you will not only be optimized, but be taught how to optimize. You understand what I'm saying now? So that is the difference between me being your personal GH doctor and you being admitted as a student of Ayeconet Online University. And Ayeconet Online University is the first international university in Nigeria for one good reason. The knowledge is totally new, and I will tell you something, the world wants it. But you know, I'm the one saying Nigeria first. You get, I would have put some payment gateway and advertise internationally and get the students we are supposed to get, and then start to make money, and then they come and use it to cheat us again. So I'm the one saying I'm not collecting dollar yet. Let's do the business in Naira. So I started with explaining some things in sexual health. These tutorials I've been doing online are not meant to teach you the real things. They are just meant to call your attention to a lot of things. So that's why I'm saying you may have learned a lot of things, but it is merely calling of attention to all those things. You've learned why. What about how, what, when? And each of those 3 have independent, different whys again. In short, everything I've said so far are totally introductive in nature, whether being concentrated, unique or not. And they are just maybe 1, 2, 3%. For intellectual property purpose, we are not going to be disclosing the information in our library to any non-students or on X videos or whatever. So if you are interested in becoming one of the 4 doctors or the combined of the 4 doctors, you just have to sign up. Just go. Admission is free. You won't pay anything to apply for admission. Tuition is free because we need these doctors. You get, tuition is free. You are not paying school fees. What you are paying is university maintenance fee. You get, which is to maintain the fact that okay, the person that is going to be teaching you, we at least have a kind of basic salary, the infrastructure that will be used to teach you, from the internet to physical. You will start from the internet and you will continue from the physical. You get, all these infrastructures which shall be put in place will be maintained for you to be trained. You get, adequately, equipment and some other things. And that is why we are charging that. It's supposed to be free because immediately you learn what we want you to learn, you will start working under our institute. You get, you will be part of Ayeconet, and believe me, our model does not cheat people. In short, you will be glad to be part of the model. So that is it. That is it. So that is the little I'm going to talk about here. So In summary, what I've said is that if you are going to be choosing any sexual position to have your sex, make sure it's the one that prolongs your sex. Yes, there's one thing that usually happens. People tend to waste time during sex, making it slow and whatever. See, the slower your metabolism is during the sex, the slower the copy rate of your DNA. And the slower the copy rate of your DNA, it's still the same thing. You are not copying any data. You get what I'm saying now? You are not copying any data. Still the one set. If you like, spend 1 hour slowly, or 5 minutes or 2 minutes fast. You get, you are still copying the same volume of data. The difference is the time you are supposed to use to do some important things in your life, you've wasted there too. So you now pick the one that pay you. So either you come for the developmental training or the educational training to build you to last long with your speed, with high speed, so that you can copy data fast, and then so that the gene pool of humanity will not keep getting streamlined over time. Like, we will not keep deleting a lot of the skills we are supposed to have just because our sexual health is bad. So that's the summary of this video. Every other one in the middle is to make you understand that Ayeconet has university. You can search Ayeconet on Google. It's verified by Google, and Google can. It's verified by Google. It's registered with Nigerian Corporate Affairs Commission, Ayeconet generally, and the university is registered under Ayeconet. You get, because when I was registering, I asked for permission to register everything Ayeconet under the same registration. In short, if you maybe the university, you want to sue the university, sue Ayeconet, sue the university, Ayeconet will be internet technologies will stand for it immediately. If it is the social media you want to sue the social media. If it is the companionship you want to sue the companionship. If it's the health sector you want to sue the health sector. If it's anything you want to sue, you can keep suing everything. But there's one thing for sure. You should have evidences, and should have enough non-fallacious argument before you sue. Because once you sue, you will be damned. Whatever business has registered and is doing business officially and is announcing his business has done its assignment to make sure it cannot be sued over those services. So if you go and think wrongfully and go and sue someone that is already prepared to court, it's your problem. Nǹkan tí o bá rí kí o fara mọ́. You get what I'm saying now? So what you should do is, if you don't believe, go and ask Corporate Affairs Commission if Ayeconet is registered. You can take the logos and go there. They will tell you it's the logo. You get, and if you tell them to contact me for whatever, they will contact me. You get, if you tell them to contact the owner, they will contact me. You get what I'm saying now? They have my biometrics, they have my NIN, they have my all the informations that I can never use in Nigeria. NIN is linked to BVN, right? And BVN has all my thumbprints on it, right? In short, I cannot escape if I do something wrong. Or possible. You get, you cannot escape Nigeria. Nigeria has technology to you. So that's the truth. So it's you that will determine your greatness. Microsoft was built